Why are broadcasters and DPOs against the use of foreign satellites? The key stakeholders in the TV broadcasting sector are not in favor of restricting the use of foreign satellites for satellite TV broadcasting or uplinking of satellite TV channels to be downlinked in India from foreign soil. The broadcasters and distribution platform operators, DPOs, in their submission to the Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, TRAI, have spoken in unison against imposing any restrictions on foreign satellites for the purpose of broadcasting. In its response to the TRAI on the consultation paper issues relating to uplinking and downlinking of television channels in India, broadcaster Star India said it is not advisable to restrict use of foreign satellites as there are many broadcasters, direct-to-home, DTH, operators and occasionally government agencies that use foreign satellites and have long-term contracts with such foreign satellite agencies. It further stated that forcing broadcasters to move over to Indian satellites will lead to a breach of the contractual obligations which will have serious implications including payment of exit fees, long-drawn litigation or arbitration. The broadcaster also said that there is no scarcity of orbital spectrum if the foreign satellites are used. However, the mandatory uplinking from India to Indian satellite may cause scarcity of transponders and restrict the growth of the broadcast sector. Also, broadcasters like Sony have been uplinking all their TV channels from a foreign satellite from a foreign country, where the laws and policies for that country might be different and could be contradictory to the policies formulated by the Indian government, Star said in its submission. Zeal noted that it is not possible to prohibit the use of foreign satellites for a number of reasons. Firstly, the Indian satellites have a limited footprint which covers only India and few other countries. However, broadcasters require a wider satellite footprint to deliver channels in Southeast Asia, Africa, Middle East and Africa amongst other places covered by satellites. The broadcaster stated that there is no justification to keep any restriction on the use of foreign satellites so long as the Department of Space Satellites is unable to provide satellites with similar coverage. It further stated that foreign broadcasters also want a wider footprint and they uplink their channels from a convenient location such as Hong Kong, Singapore or Dubai as the regulations in India are cumbersome, expansive and non-transparent. It also noted that, on the one hand, the new Telecom, Satcom policy is advocating open sky policy for telecom and broadcasting sector, whereas on the other the MIB, DOS is envisaging the restriction on the use of foreign satellites. Sony Pictures Networks India stated that Indian broadcasters must have the flexibility to procure transponder space through a transparent price discovery process. It also submitted that there should be a level playing field in procuring satellite capacity and an opportunity for Indian broadcasters to get the best deal they can. Sony also said that with Antrix, ISRO allow short-term satellite deals not exceeding 3 years and availability of geostationary satellites is a major issue. It also said that Indian satellites do not have the capacity to deliver all the C-band traffic that would be required to support all broadcasters. Also, geostationary orbital locations are limited and assigned. It could take several years to build and launch a satellite, so it would not be possible to add capacity even though there might be an orbital location available. Imposition of restrictions in terms of mandating uplinking from India would have massive implications as regards cost for migration, would be a time-consuming process, lead to drop in on-ground performance, loss in the ability of distributors to receive signals and an overall chaos, Sony stated. The implications, it said, could be so grave that it may result in broadcasters cutting down on their channels, especially regional channels, subsequently exiting the business and the overall broadcasting industry coming to a standstill. Viacom 18 Media submitted that there are limited Indian satellites compared to foreign satellites. Therefore, restricting foreign satellites will affect the growth of the broadcasting sector. It further argued that different broadcasters use foreign satellites for a different purpose, as some want a wider footprint. Certain broadcasters also rely on foreign satellites as part of disaster management plan. Bharti Airtel, which runs DTH service Airtel Digital TV, noted that mandatory uplinking from Indian territory to Indian satellite may cause scarcity of satellite transponders and may restrict the growth of the broadcasting sector. Moreover, Huge expenditure has been incurred by existing players, who are using foreign satellites, in setting up their infrastructure and are bearing significant operational costs. Another DTH operator, Dish TV, said that all sorts of discrimination and restrictions in the licensing conditions should be done away with. There should not be any differentiation of whatsoever nature between usage of Indian and foreign satellites, and a player in the industry should be given the right to choose as to where it wants its signals to be beamed. It further stated that choice of Indian satellites may be made optional, but no conditions of whatsoever nature should be imposed for submission of the said choice at the hands of ISRO, Antrix and pay for the same despite no value addition in the said chain. The All India Digital Cable Federation, IDCF, also submitted that there shouldn't be any restriction on the use of foreign satellites. However, the use of Indian satellites must be encouraged. It also stated that in the absence of any Indian player in the satellite, the government will become a monopoly. Like and share this video, and for more news and updates subscribe to our YouTube channel.